The rain hadn't stopped for 3 days. It drummed softly on the rusted roof of a small apartment where Daniel Hayes sat at the kitchen table, staring at the few coins left in his hand. A single dad, an ex-construction worker, and a man still trying to rebuild his life after losing his wife to cancer, Daniel had seen better days. He looked toward the corner of the room where his little girl, Emily, slept on the couch under a patched blanket, her school shoes drying by the heater. Tomorrow was her birthday. She'd asked for just one thing, a chocolate cake. But as Daniel counted the coins again, he realized he barely had enough for groceries. Sighing, he pocketed the money and stepped out into the cold morning. The streets were quiet, the kind of quiet that made the city feel too big, too empty. He stopped by a small diner downtown, hoping to grab a cheap breakfast sandwich before heading to the construction site where he sometimes got day jobs. As he pushed open the diner door, he noticed her, a woman sitting near the entrance, wrapped in a torn coat, her hands trembling as she tried to sip water from a paper cup. Her hair was messy, her face pale, and her eyes distant. She looked lost. The waitress ignored her, passing by without a glance. The few customers pretended not to see. Daniel hesitated, feeling that tug in his chest he always felt when someone needed help. He walked to the counter. "Just the usual, Dan?" the waitress asked. "Yeah," he said, then paused. "Actually, make that too." To go. He paid with the last of his coins, grabbed the warm paper bags, and walked toward the woman. "Hey," he said softly. "You hungry?" The woman lifted her eyes slowly, her voice barely a whisper. I'm fine." Daniel smiled. "You don't look fine. Please. Take it." She hesitated, then accepted the food, her eyes welling with tears. "Why are you helping me?" Daniel shrugged. "Because someone once helped me when I had nothing." She looked at him for a long time, as if trying to read something behind his tired eyes. "What's your name?" "Daniel." "Thank you, Daniel," she whispered. "You have no idea how much this means." He smiled, nodded, and walked out into the rain, never looking back. That night, he made Emily pancakes for dinner and told her they'd get the cake next week when Daddy got his next job. She hugged him anyway, saying he was the best dad in the world. The next morning, Daniel woke up to the sound of an engine outside. A sleek black limousine had stopped in front of his small apartment building. He frowned, rubbing his eyes, thinking maybe he was dreaming. But then the car door opened, and a woman stepped out, dressed in a sharp gray suit, her hair neatly tied, confidence in every movement. It took him a moment to recognize her. The same woman from the diner. Before he could speak, she smiled. "Good morning, Mr. Hayes." He blinked. Morning. "Are you?" "Yes," she said softly, "the woman you helped yesterday." Daniel felt his stomach tighten. You looked like you needed help." "I did," she said. "Just not the kind you thought." She reached into her purse and pulled out a small card. "My name is Victoria Langford. I'm the CEO of Langford Industries." He froze. "Wait, the tech company?" She nodded. "That's right." Daniel's words stumbled out. I didn't know." She interrupted with a gentle smile. "That's the beauty of it. You helped without knowing." Victoria looked around the old apartment building, her eyes softening. "You reminded me of something I'd forgotten, that kindness still exists without expectation." She handed him a sealed envelope. "Inside is a letter and a job offer. My company's opening a new site nearby, and we could use a man like you. Reliable, good-hearted, and not afraid to help others." Daniel stood speechless, the world spinning a little. "This can't be real." Victoria's smile widened. "It's as real as your kindness yesterday. Sometimes the smallest gestures change more than we realize." Emily peeked from the doorway, rubbing her sleepy eyes. "Daddy, who's that?" Victoria's eyes softened at the sight of her. "You must be Emily. Your dad's a hero, you know." Emily giggled shyly. He's my hero every day. Victoria knelt down to Emily's level. Well, Emily, heroes deserve good things. How about we start with that birthday cake you didn't get yesterday? Daniel's throat tightened. How did you? I asked around, she said with a wink. Come on, there's a bakery downtown that makes the best chocolate cake in the city. As the three of them stepped toward the limo, the morning sun broke through the clouds for the first time in days. Daniel glanced up, almost in disbelief, his heart pounding, not because of the luxury car or the job offer, but because for the first time in years, hope didn't feel so far away, and all it had taken was his last dollar.